Money in the Bank is in London this year. That's pretty fun, especially if you were able to get past the main boss of ticket sales, Ticketmaster, to get the chance to go to the O2 in London to witness the 5th member of the Big Four in person. As Roman Reigns retained the UU Championship at WrestleMania, I don't think it really matters who's winning the men's briefcase, as the standard Roman winning formula will come into play, making the win in London completely pointless. If Cody wins the title, it's fair game. The women's winner, however, seems more likely to win the championship in the end. Bianca has been the Raw Women's Champ for a while, time to pass it on. So I've picked 5 females and 5 males who could potentially retrieve the briefcase and go on to successfully cash in. These are 10 wrestlers who should win the Money in the Bank in 2023. Number 10, Asuka. Do you remember a time when nobody was ready for Asuka? Yeah, I do too. Now the Empress of Tomorrow seems just like a standard mid-card wrestler. Hard to believe, but after she's 0-5 at WrestleMania, the mystique from her incredible NXT run seems to have completely gone. We saw her return at the Royal Rumble recently with new face paint and a new persona, more like her old Japan gimmick when she was Kana. With this, we were all excited to see her be treated more like her old character, but alas, a great Elimination Chamber performance, then a loss to Bianca Belair in a Raw Women's Championship match at Mania. It all feels like she has hit a roadblock again. Maybe a second win at Money in the Bank and walking around teasing cash-ins and feeling like a massive threat to either the Raw or SmackDown Women's Champions would elevate her more and give her the chance to retrieve the love and praise we once gave her. Number 9, Dominic Mysterio. Okay, here come the boos. Let it out. Okay, you good? Cool. Prison Dom is arguably their biggest heel in WWE now, let alone wrestling altogether. Just listen to the crowds every time he comes out. The sound from the audience alone is big proof that the kid is over. His current rivalry with his dad, Rey Mysterio, is already a fan favourite feud and continues to get hotter. Would it not be nice to have a little break around Money in the Bank to have young Mysterio enter the match and potentially win it? I know a lot of you are probably saying, no, but it means Dom's only doing his job. He could play a fantastic chicken briefcase holder, better than Theory's run was. I don't expect him to win the belt in the end, as I feel Rey would cost him, but it would definitely be interesting to see the work he would do being Mr. Money in the Bank, consistently getting booed more and more, and if Cody ends up winning the title from Roman soon, being the perfect threat to the American Nightmare, until his dad gets back in the fold. Number 8, Naomi. I know, this one is 99% not happening, but it's my list and I'm going to put it here anyway. It's been a good while since we've seen Naomi in a wrestling ring. We all know her story right now. Her and Sasha Banks, now Mercedes Moné, walked out of WWE back on May the 16th, 22 Raw, vacating their women's championships and not wrestling since, until Mercedes debuted in New Japan at Wrestle Kingdom this year. Naomi, on the other hand, hasn't been in the squared circle since she walked. Wouldn't it be interesting now Triple H is in charge? Naomi comes back and specifically returns at the Money in the Bank PLE, have an open spot with the who could be filling it angle, and out comes Naomi. It would be a huge pop as Naomi was over as hell in her previous run. It would also be very interesting with her winning the briefcase. Yeah, I think she would be more suited coming back as a heel and joining the bloodline because, you know, Jey Uso. But winning the Money in the Bank and being a big threat to champions would be really fun as well. Number 7, Montez Ford. The Street Profits' own Montez Ford is a built star. He has a great promo and can definitely go in the ring. He is someone we can see lifting a world championship in the future. Sorry to the people who think top titles can only go to big guys. Do I think it would come from a successful Money in the Bank briefcase win? No. I still think it is very early to give him a world championship win. He's still in a beloved tag team and only really has had 2 big singles matches, one against Roman in the Elimination Chamber match early in the year. I personally think Tez becoming Mr. Money in the Bank would be a perfect prop to start a singles run. It could lead to him and Dawkins splitting up and the feud coming from this, as sad as it would be. Then we could see a mid-card title run then potentially elevate into the main event scene. Yeah, this would be enough reason to give the briefcase to Montez, but as a complete story it may be the perfect prop to start his big rise. Number 6, Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler in NXT was incredible. She felt like a dominant force that couldn't be stopped and a legit monster. On the main roster, she's been very underutilized. Since she dominated the Elimination Chamber match to face Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 36, she has lost a lot of matches. Yeah, she's been a women's tag team champion a good few times, but she has done nothing of mass importance. A Money in the Bank win would really give her some credibility. She could go on a complete tear after winning and never lose, but also never cash in, only give teases. To any women's champion, she would be a big threat, which is exactly how she should feel. She's currently tagging with fellow MMA star Ronda Rousey, which should look very dominant over time, but the star will always be Ronda. A Money in the Bank win would make Shayna stand out too, and with the chance of leading to a rivalry with Rousey, I would definitely like to see that. Number 5, Seth Rollins. There are many ways another Seth Rollins Money in the Bank run could go. He could stay a babyface and go up against the tribal chief and win the titles as Roman can't beat Rollins. Or Cody could win the titles at SummerSlam and Mr. freaking Rollins turns heel and cashes in straight away, which continues the American Nightmare's redemption story. And we conclude it with him beating Seth at Mania 40. Either way, I think these would make great moments. And Rollins deserves a big win. He's been carrying Raw for years and has been consistently one of the best talents on the WWE roster. A big title win or even a Money in the Bank win would be a huge thank you for all of his amazing work. We all remember his last run with the case and it was fantastic, and concluded with one of the greatest endings in WrestleMania history. Give Rollins another huge moment and let's start it at the O2. Number 4, Dakota Kai. This spot could have easily gone to Io Sky, but since she's getting a match against Bianca Belair for the women's title, I feel Dakota needs a big solo moment too. Since returning to WWE, she's definitely put in her work being a fantastic seller and trying her hardest to make everything work. It's just a shame the all-round package of Damage Control has been very lackluster. It does look like the faction is meeting its end with Bayley turning, but we need more substance to it before she does. Io is currently on what looks like a breakout, but Dakota seems to just be there. If she went and won the briefcase and Bayley didn't get the chance to be in the match, this could be the instigator for a turn. Yeah, that would mean the briefcase is used as a prop again for another story, but it all makes sense in the long run. It could also be the start of Dakota's breakout performance and really set her as one of the ones to watch in the company. Number 3, Jey Uso. If Roman stays as champion, this one writes itself. On the post-WrestleMania Raws and SmackDowns, we have seen Roman pushing the Usos away from the Bloodline's business. Obviously, this is down to Jimmy and Jey failing to keep the tag titles. If Jey wins Money in the Bank, I'm saying Jey over Jimmy because the story has been all about him, then the story can continue. Roman keeps Jey close, but in the end, Jey turns on his cousin and cashes in. Win or lose, it would finally take us into the big final chapter, which results in Jey beating Roman and ending his story arc. We all know Jey is capable of doing a singles run as well. We all saw him do it at the start of Roman's reign, all pun intended, as main event Jey Uso, and he was bloody great. He could do wonders as Mr. Money in the Bank, especially if it ties into the Bloodline story arc. Number 2, Chelsea Green. Now hold on, before you start typing into the comments that Chelsea is a jobber and not a big enough talent to be winning the Money in the Bank, this would be great sports entertainment. She returned to the company and started playing a complete Karen, always complaining at 5-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion Adam Pearce. Making her miss Money in the Bank would only add to the character more. She could keep trying to cash in and never getting the chance and consistently complaining about it. I personally think it would be hilarious to see. In the end, I would have her successfully cash in and win the Women's Championship. It would be a great finish to what I think would be a very entertaining Money in the Bank run. If you have seen any of Chelsea's work outside of the WWE, you know she does great character work and can really go in the ring. This could really elevate Chelsea into a position she can definitely handle herself in. You may hate this entry, but look at the bigger picture. Please? Number 1, LA Knight. You know this should happen. You know that it could definitely happen. And with the latest news that internally in WWE he is the pick to win in London, you know it's the right choice. Knight has been consistently over since he dropped the Max Dupree name and going back to the name he made famous in NXT. He carried the rivalry with Bray Wyatt all the way up to their soft drink match at the Royal Rumble and continues to receive cheers and from the crowd, even though he's been more on the losing end of every match he gets into. The former Eli Drake is a star and has got organically into the position with great promos and a great character. A win will cement him as one and show the company has a lot of faith in him. Do I think he would successfully cash in and win the world title? Hell no. But he would have one heck of an entertaining run cutting promos on whoever is champ at the time and having some great rivalries to keep his stock up and feel like a credible threat. I want to see it. And that's the list. Is there anyone you could picture winning the Money in the Bank in 2023? Leave them in the comments. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more lists and videos, and I'll see you soon.